Here's a watercolor video. I'm looking at these two small receding hill etudes, and I'm using combinations of, well, actually a couple of different things, but Quin rose and Peacock blue, and I'm not sure, but maybe even a little bit of indigo. And over here, kind of the same stuff. But I'm looking at this and thinking about what I am going to do next. And it may seem a little counterintuitive what I'm about to do. But what I'm going to do, I feel like this is too dark and this is too light. So I want this to be a little bit darker and this to be lighter. So what I'm going to do is actually just wet this whole shape. Try to agitate, wake up some of the paint that's already there, and just move it around a little bit into the large shape. So I'll stop talking and start doing it. This is just clear water, and this is sort of a combination of scrubbing and more shifting than lifting. I could just lift out color if I just wanted it, this one lighter, but I want this one a little bit darker, so heck, why not? So that's a decent little amount of scrubbing. Let me see, get rid of some of that water. So as long as you have good paper, this should work okay. I mean, it will, every time you do something like this, it will definitely affect the paper and how it's going to respond to any subsequent washes. But yeah, that's cool. That made me happy. That's what I want. A couple things. She accomplished a couple things on this one. I'm going to just put a little bit of really watery Quin rose over the sky because I feel like it. I'm curious what will happen. I may try to tilt this, is what I was about to say. It's kind of painting flat right now. So the Quin rose is interacting with everything that's there, which is Quin rose and some Peacock blue, and I think maybe even some indigo. Yes, indeed, I'm going to tip. And I was just kind of wanting to unify that sky a little bit. It's kind of cool. I may sort of do the opposite thing over there in a little bit. But for right now, I'm going to just take some Peacock blue. I'm going to come in and make make the lower two a little bit darker. of just Peacock blue. And there's already a little bit of indigo on this shape, so it's already darkened down a little bit. A better term would be desaturated a little bit, using a color that's not sort of a pure hue. That's the indigo, so that's going to both darken things and gray them out. And in the case of indigo, gray them out in a bluish direction. While I have that shape nice and wet, I think I'll just keep dropping in a little bit more paint there that will make it that much easier to get even more dark when I come back and do another layer on that. Let me see. I think I will just sort of try this shape. Is there's everything that's next to it is dry, so it's not going to. Okay, first though, I'm looking at this. And that was fun. So I guess I'm putting a little peacock blue in that sky too. I just hadn't really refined that shape very well. There's a little more the Quin rose. Just having fun with seeing what these colors do. Where was I? I think I was at the peacock blue, a little bit into the sky over here. That's a good example of picking up a little bit of, I don't know if you saw that streak, it's kind of still there. Didn't really mix the paint that well, so there was kind of a blob or a blurb. Look, it's still in there. That's unmixed, so it's laying down really sort of concentrated amount. I don't know if you were able to see that, but that was a great example of what happens if you what can happen if you don't mix your paint enough. And sometimes that can be a really cool look, but if you don't want it, then and it's a surprise, that's can be aggravating. A little more peacock blue. These studies are fun, partly because it is just a chance to play without worrying too much. If you've done something exactly right and exactly perfect. I'm curious what those will dry like. I don't think I ever really finished that shape. Sure. See what happens with that. Let it dry.